22. My name is Tempest Mask 1000, and for the next few runs, I'll be your host. And coming up, we've got Taxi 3, a GameCube versus PS2 race by the wonderful Viper and Ulvind. We are currently raising money to support Crisis, a charity supporting people out of homelessness for good. And they will achieve this through education, training, and support with housing, employment, and health. And 90% of your donations will go towards supporting Crisis, 10% going towards helping UKSG support our future events. We are bringing our entertainment to you from the comfort of your home. And with that, I'll pass it on over to our runners. So good luck and have fun.
Right, hello everyone, my name is Ulvind, I'm accompanied by Viper today, and we are going to do a pretty peculiar race today because this is not a one-console run, let's say. I will be running on GameCube, and Viper will be running on PS2.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, this one. Fair to say, I think, is it 10 missions that we've got to do in scenario mode? I believe it is.
Yep,
mode,
10 minutes. Mission mode and 10 missions, indeed. We have them here. So my name is BJB, Baby Boom, Sir, yes sir, Father Christmas. I mean, I have the game in French, so naturally it's going to be like, the titles are going to be in French. We have a total of 10 missions, and our objective will be to do them as fast as possible, of course.
The question now is, who wants to do the countdown, me or you?
I'll let you go ahead.
Okay then, right, if you're ready and I'm ready, let's get this started. So I'll give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Straight to loading screens.
Yep.
Oh, marvellous loading screens. How we've not missed you. The modern gaming industry, isn't it? It's like everything loads dead quick now, and now it's like 40 seconds later, we're still stuck. Because it does take a while. I probably will mention actually, so first thing to note for everybody is about, I'd say probably not half, but maybe about a quarter of this run is actually spent in the loading screens more than anything else. It is ridiculous. So supposedly, well, I think it's, so PS2 and GameCube have different loading times, right, Ulvind?
Yep. The GameCube is actually slightly faster in that regard, but there is going to be an advantage for the PS2 version that is coming up, mostly pertaining to the max speed of the cars. Specifically that the Taxi has a top speed of 220 km/h in the GameCube version and 230 km/h on the PS2 version. And the tracks are exactly the same, which means that the PS2 is overall slightly faster.
But it is faster, and then I spin out, and then immediately it's like, yep, all that's gone. I can try my best. So, I mean, you've seen the film more than I have. Can you explain a little bit about the film?
So if you don't know the series, so basically Taxi is a series of French movies that were released in the early to mid 2000s. And the story, we follow basically the story of a taxi driver named Daniel. Daniel. Who was one day speeding a little bit too hard, and basically the police told him, okay, you have two solutions: or you're going to prison, or you're working for us. And he basically had the choice between death and shame, and he chose shame, which means that we are going to follow Damien as he is pretty much working for the police. Well, to be fair, not exactly in this first mission. He has to drive a certain agent to the airport. Agent that is actually, well, interpreted by Sylvester Stallone in this movie.
I was just gonna say as well, so like the mission name for this, like you said, so it's like, my name is BJB, and
Yep.
No surprise, that's probably a reference to James Bond. Same initials and everything. It's like a bit like a spoof mission name. But yeah, so these 10 missions all together. So like for the first two, we actually get a what's it called? Well, for the first two missions, we just have to the car is just standard. You don't really have anything added onto the car. And then on the third mission, which is Sir Yes Sir, you actually have a boost system. And the boost system basically, well, as you might imagine, it's basically just nitrous for the car. But just like in Taxi 2, the same sort of thing. If you boost too hard, you blow the engine up. The engine just goes bang, and it's pretty much game over. So you have to be careful. However, in the final mission, I only found this out the other day, so apologies if I'm a bit late to the party compared to Ulvind, he might know about this already. But the last mission does allow you to boost constantly, so you can have unlimited nitrous.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I wondered why I was losing so much time to test it. I constantly redline. I was like, wait a minute, it's not damaging the engine. So you can literally just hold NOS for the entire way, but obviously then you've got risk of not making corners, the car can barely turn and things like that. So whilst you do gain speed, you actually make it more difficult for yourself to actually like drive the car and so on.
Yeah, because there's a technique that allows you to pretty much go extremely fast. Okay, to go extremely fast. It's basically that if you want to go fast without like resorting to actually completely total your car, you just have to mash A for the entire run. Because if you press A at a certain rhythm, your engine will not go down in quality. Like your life bar, which is on the bottom right of the corner, will actually not go down.
I was going to say, like, it's a weird thing with the boost system as well.
I don't know what the hell is happening. I'm being completely demolished right now.
Being mugged by the residents.
I mean, it's Marseille, I'm not surprised.
No, there you go. Well, there you go. If you say so. I wouldn't know. Funnily enough, I've never been to Marseille, so I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word for it. There is actually one thing to mention. So, it's something that I don't think was in Taxi 2, but I've noticed it a lot more in this game. And that is, so when you boost past halfway, or say like 3/4 of the way, before you get into like the red zone, if you want to call it that.
Oh my god!
What can end up happening is you can have the when you're boosting a bit too hard, the game starts going. It makes beeping noise on the dash, and also something that tends to happen is if you're boosting too hard, it would seem if you're boosting too hard, your damage meter starts to go up very slowly. So it like jumps a slight bit. I don't know why, because in Taxi 2 it never was the case, but in this game it is exactly the case. So there you go. Yeah, the more you know.
So fun fact: the second mission I basically finished with less than a second to spare. Because I was thrown around so much that I was losing way too much time.
I actually forgot to split after the first one, but it's fine. We can let that go. So what's along into the third mission? This is the first mission that we get with the boost system. Now, I do believe as well, for when you have the boost up until a certain point, you can just keep like tapping the boost, and you basically can have like stay at max speed all the time, which is really, really good. But the problem is, as I said, with boosting is that unfortunately, you can also have the problem of not being able to steer properly. Although, when you hit a car at max speed, like I just did, yeah, you can easily just ram them off the road. It doesn't really matter. It's like your car turned into a scoop, and it's just like, any car in my way, it's like, get out of the way, it's fine. We're totally fine. Like, obviously in real life, you know for a fact that would end horrifically, but in the game, yeah, anything goes. It's also quite funny as well, so your car just puffs out, well, I don't know about in the GameCube version, but the PS2 version, the nitrous often just puffs out a load of tyre smoke at the front. It's really odd, I don't know why. The main objective of this third mission, so in Sir Yes Sir, there's a speed trap, and you have to hit that at again, it's probably going to be slightly different compared to GameCube, but in the PS2 version, you need to hit it at over 245 kilometers, or at 245 kilometers. Luckily we managed to do that, but the thing is, with the boosting system in this, is that, like I said, up until you get to a certain point, And the boost won't really hurt too badly. It'll actually make things a lot easier, and you won't have to worry about damaging a car or anything like that. But yeah, the missions are usually quite short. It actually takes a bit longer to load in. Like I said, about a quarter of this run, I think, is all down to load time. So you'll probably end up seeing the Taxi 3 load screen for a while. So we do apologise for that.
Yeah. Especially since I actually noticed that the PS2 version is way uglier than the GameCube version.
What, as in,
the
graphical wise, like
yeah, graphical wise, etc. Like the transitions, etc. They are.
There's actually one thing as well that you get in this game, which is at the start of a few missions, so particularly towards the end. So for those that haven't seen the Taxi films before, so Daniel's car in the first film onwards, it has like a switch that he activates, and he can turn it into like a bit of a sports car, like a rear spoiler pops up and things like that. There's actually in the PS2 them cutscenes. I don't believe they can be skipped. I don't know about the GameCube version.
It can't be skipped either.
I was gonna say, if only there was a way to skip it, it'd be really good. So it's one of them things, really. But your car does get faster, as you might imagine. Also, one other thing to mention is on this fourth mission, which was the one that Ulvind mentioned about it being Santa Claus, we're actually getting to tail a pizza boy, or it looks like a pizza boy anyway. But I'm pretty sure it's the Santa Claus on the pizza delivery bike. I
need to focus a little bit because I missed it. There is a ramp in the middle of the track that you have to hit, and if you don't hit it, you basically game over and have to restart.
Ooh. So what was that on the third mission?
Yep.
Yeah, I've always just gone straight towards the speed camera. I never really took the truck. Oh, I see what you mean now.
Yeah, I missed the ramp, so I have to restart the mission.
Because here we go. So the first time I actually did a run of this, the following missions, I actually thought you had to overtake the guy. So I kept failing it. I was like, why am I failing the mission? Turns out, you just have to follow him.
Yep. And
the first mission's quite easy. But
you have a few. Well, on the bottom left of the screen, you have a gauge that tells you where exactly you are compared to him. And if you're too far, the mission is failed. But if you're too close, the mission is failed as well. So you have to be very cautious about this. There we go.
Nice. They also have, for those that probably do keep seeing as well, at the end of every mission there is a movie clip. And obviously, like many games that were released in the 90s, 2000s, when video games and movies were allowed to be combined together. I mean, nowadays it's all like, CGI or in-game engine stuff. But this was back in them days where you had... it'd show like a segment, or not long, like maybe 20 or 30 seconds from a film, or a clip from the film, should I say. So yeah, there you go. You'll probably see a few of them, but obviously we're going to be skipping through all of them. We could watch them, but obviously that would make the run way longer, because, at the end of the day, roll out speed.
The problem is I cannot skip in GameCube.
Can you not?
I can't.
So you have to watch the in-game...
I have to watch the cutscenes.
Well, in that case... No wonder, so that makes it even longer for you then. I can skip then, you can't. That's a shame. Oh. I think this is probably going to be one-sided then, this race. Let's just put it that way, from that angle. Because I haven't failed a mission yet.
Yeah.
And I'm able to skip the cutscenes. So yeah, fair to say, I think I'm probably going to win this race. But
to be fair, it's the easiest mission to fail. The third mission is definitely the easiest mission to fail.
I think for me, one of the toughest ones that I didn't like was actually one where you had to chase... I think it's like some 4x... No, not SUV, what is it? It's like a snow plow thing that you have to chase. I can't remember.
Yep.
But it's like during an avalanche and all the snowballs are falling on you.
It's after the avalanche, yes.
Yeah, it's really difficult. And I was like, oh man, how do I can do it. It's not that difficult, but it is one of them missions that can easily throw you off as well. For me, anyway, personally. Also, it feels quite nice that I'm actually like racing against someone who's French in a French game. Normally, it's like I know I did Taxi 2 and you were on co-commentary. I was like, it's me just running it, and obviously you're doing commentary, but now we're actually running it together. And the funny thing is, so this race idea actually came out straight after we did the Taxi 2 run last time. For those that were there for that, so it's like, well. What was Taxi 3 like? I think I'd done a Taxi 3 run at the time.
On emulator,
I just didn't really consider.
You did on emulator. I did on I actually did at ESA. And
yeah, you did the mission mode, didn't you, for ESA? I remember.
And you got Taxi 3 for PS2, and you said to me, "Well, are you down for a race?" I was like, I mean, I'll only run it at GameCube, so it's going to be slow either way.
Originally, I was going to run this on, because, like, for example, my PB and the record is set, well, it's not the record, but the world record for the game and my personal best time was set using the PS2 emulator. So it's obviously, like, in terms of, this game is one of them, has one of them leaderboards where emulation and console combined into one. A bit like Taxi 2 as well, but not separate. So, obviously, when it came to this game overall, like whether I was going to do a run of it or not, I was like, right, if I'm going to do a race against Ulvind, I need to do it properly. It has to be done proper. It has to be done on the console. So, yeah, that's the reason why I ended up buying the game. And I was like, do you want to do it? So my boost system's now upgraded.
Yep, mine as well, and we're getting pretty close to each other right now.
So we're on the 6th mission then?
Mission. Yeah, I think we're
5, 6.
I think it's 6. Can't remember.
I'm on Vive le Montagne, is it?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce that.
Vive le
I'm
Montagne.
sorry if I butcher the French. At least you. I'll butcher the French as much as I like, but you can't.
I'm the French caution.
You're the French police in this case, like, no. You need to say it in this way.
So, fun fact, I actually started running this game way back in, like, 2018, I think. I ran it, I did, like, unofficial runs at ESA Summer 2018. And I remember talking with QLex, who was working in... not EuropaCorp, but he was working with Ubisoft at the time, and he was like, like, what game are you playing? And I showed him the first mission of Taxi 3, explained him everything, etc. And about, like, 30 to 50 seconds in, I arrive near the train mission at the, like, middle of mission 1, and what happens is I get pushed into a wall as two cars crash into each other, making the game hardlock.
So you managed to hardlock the game?
Yeah, I managed to hardlock the game.
Also, I just missed the speed camera. So I got like 287, and you have to get it at nearly 300 kilometers. Yeah, I always forget where it is.
I got 305, so I'm moving on.
So this is the thing as well. It's like momentum swings once again. So like originally it was I'm winning. Now it's not. Now it's okay. So Ulvind's winning. I like how much it just changes the game though. It's like, yeah, okay, so missions can fail. You can fail a mission. But this is what I was saying before. It's like this is why I feel like it's an easy mission for the most part. But then when you get right at the end, it's like, no. Oh, so you're on the rally one then, aren't you?
Oh, I'm finishing. I would like to finish. Thank you. Oh my god, I got pushed over like. The AI in this game, the AI today is just relentless. Holy smokes!
the Ulvind's getting battered, and I'm just falling behind. I'm like, this is fine, we'll get there. I'm just hoping, with a bit of luck, that when I boost this time, I'll actually get it.
Yeah, just
Hopefully
need to...
second time.
Because I have actually an alarm saying, yeah, the speed trap is approaching, so... And I basically mash A at that point. But
I got it this time. Second time lucky.
Nice.
Phew.
Second time's the charm.
Uh-huh. The question is about the rest of it. I forget as well, because there's the... right. Now I'm just thinking there, because I was like, you'll be moving on to the next one. But yeah, I forget there's like a lot more stuff at the end of the... After you hit the speed camera. I completely forgot about that.
So now we are in the rally, so we have to pass every single car that is on our way. And it's not exactly easy. There we go. This is because I tried to do nearly every single mission without boosting to see if it was possible. This mission, I think, is not possible without at least using boost at least once.
Yeah, I pretty much boost everywhere apart from... Which one was it? It was like a slalom mission towards the end, and that's the only one where I'm a bit hesitant with boosting. It's a shame, really, because I would have liked it to... I would have liked to boost a lot more. The handling model on this is very arcade-ish, by the way, for those that are wondering. It's very much a game that you can pick up and play. I mean, Taxi 2, I think, is... more or less the same, but obviously, like Taxi 2 as well, the game can feel like it's relentless.
There
so
we
you
go.
do have to be careful, but it is what it is. You know, you can try your best with it.
So now I am in the pursuit section. There we go.
It's a 4x4. See, I quite like the rally because the cars that you have to overtake are all Subarus, and I'm quite happy about that.
Okay, need to
The
be...
inner Colin McRae is very happy.
Need to be a little bit cautious because I don't have many HP bars left. I have 4 bars right now. Okay, good.
See, that's a good question, actually. So, when it comes to the health system on the GameCube, is it measured up in bars, or is it just one long bar?
It's
Like, is it split up?
it's split up in small bars.
See, that's the difference between that and the PS2 as well. So the PS2 is measured just in one long bar, just one long red bar, and that's it. And so you can slightly tap your car on the wall, and it will only put a slight bit of damage on, rather than loads of damage. Also, there we go. But it does jump up in chunks when you get to the main bit. There
Okay,
we go.
so
Right.
rat rack time.
There we go. Chasing the 4x4. Just got to the pursuit bit you got to. So the funny thing is that last mission's going to be interesting because we're both probably going to be boosting at max velocity. And I did this. I tried the game the other day. Tried the mission the other day and just boosted constantly. And I think I made it with a little bit of HP. So I think if I do it this time, I'm like, right, okay, I know where to boost, I know where to back off. Should be fine. With a bit of luck.
Oh, oh wow. Okay, I dropped way too much HP. Need to be way more cautious now.
Nice. Okay, rat rack time. Here's for me anyway. I've got to load into the mission first. Alright, come on. Let's load into the mission. So you said about the load times before. I think it balances itself out because the PS2 might load into missions quicker, but I think it takes longer for it to load from in-game to the menu, if that makes sense.
If I recall correctly, yeah. Okay, I need to be extremely cautious there because I only have 2 bars of HP left. So might take it a little bit more relaxed than usual. Though to be fair, we're arriving with the...
Ah, it's this
Okay,
mission
good.
where you can't get into a snowplow thing.
Yep.
Whatever it is. I wasn't sure what the mission was. I was like, it's some sort of mission. Ah, yes, here we go. Whoops.
Yeah, because I basically only have 2 bars of HP left, and I have smoke coming out of my car, so I'd rather not do any... like, have any funny ideas.
So the funny thing is, I've actually got... I actually flipped the car over.
Oh my god.
I was like, oops! Luckily the game resets you, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's also one of them missions as well where you want to keep the car at like max speed for as long as possible. Just because of the fact that you can easily skip by the boulders.
Alright, mission 8 finished, so I have to just have the slalom and the last mission.
And you
So
done?
this- Slalom and last mission after this.
Yeah. I don't think there's any way it can really go wrong now. Well,
I mean,
I don't know about road was, but
it's mostly gonna come down, like, the slalom is probably most technical mission, because you have to be extremely cautious.
not too bad. What I mean is, like, in terms of damage and stuff and failing the mission as a whole,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be, that's not too bad. I think the last mission's gonna be, like I said, I feel like the last mission will be very hectic because with the last mission you can easily just go, right, you know, the last mission you can easily just boost forever and
Okay, okay, how the hell are you at 250 with the snowplow? Because I just checked real quick the stream, and you're at like 250 with the snowplow, while I'm locked at like 150.
There you go.
No joke.
That's another advantage. You can push it up to 300 with boost as well. Like,
Yeah,
maxes out about 300 odd with boost.
Yeah, but behind the snowplow, like the snowplow doesn't go faster than 150 for me.
Another reason why PS2 is faster, we're finding this out all the time. So it's like, wasn't sure how much we knew about both versions, and now we know roughly. It's like wait a minute, that's faster in that version by that much? What?
That's a little bit of an issue, yeah, when you run.
There we go.
Because I was actually hesitating to just separate the PS2 and GameCube version entirely in the leaderboards.
I mean, I don't see why not. Given the huge advantage PS2 can get over GameCube in a few departments. Although then again, like I said, it depends as well on a few things, but I could easily see that happening as well, like separating the leaderboard for that reason.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, so how Ulvind mentioned about like where he first ran it and when he first ran it, mine was actually through a completely different set of circumstances. So mine was more a case of doing a blind run of this via a group that I'm in called Blind Runners.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on like the weekly, it was like the weekly race that we were doing, and it was like, right, okay, so that's the weekly race. Yeah, it's like, so that's the weekly race, and it's Taxi 3 this week, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll give that a shot. I was like, I did Taxi 2, I thought it was good, I enjoyed it, so why not? So I did Taxi 3, and I think I liked the first 2 runs. Obviously there was a few missions which I was very confused about, and I'm like, okay then. But then, yeah, I did a couple of runs of it, quite enjoyed it. It's like, even though it's very, like I said, arcade-ish handling, stuff like that, it's very gimmicky, it's a fun little title for what it is. It was the same with Taxi 2. I mean, the game's, like, as a blind run, it feels difficult, I think, but you soon quickly pick it up, and you soon quickly realise that, hey, this game's actually a lot easier than I thought. Or, you know, like, there will be tough points, there will be hard points, but for the most part, you don't really have to worry.
Though, to be fair, I mean, Taxi 3 is, funnily enough, one of the games I had in my childhood on the GameCube. So, it's kind of also coming back to childhood games and start to speak on them.
Makes it up quite nicely then, in that case.
Yeah.
Also, it feels so weird doing this, just boosting forever. Like, yeah.
Okay, so how the hell can you boost forever? Because I'm losing way too much HP at the time, so...
What, on... when you're...
On GameCube, I'm losing way too much HP when I do that. God.
I suppose it's PS2 only then?
It's probably PS2 only, yeah.
Doing wall ride and everything here. So that means I could theoretically still beat you to the end of this mission then. All the race is on then.
Yep.
See, I can hold my car at 380 kilometers.
Wait, 80?
If I boost constant. It goes up to 380 almost.
Mine is 350, what the hell?
It keeps climbing. If I let it, it'll just keep climbing.
Okay.
But obviously, I can't steer when I'm boosting.
Prepare, and time.
Okay, how far behind am I going to finish? That's the question. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna say the finish is around here somewhere. I don't know where.
It's all a bit further. It's a little bit further.
Sorry, police car. That was not my fault. Oh, I'm smoking. Okay then. Don't smoke, kids. It's a bad habit. Oh. Okay, right. If I keep going at this rate of knots, then I'm gonna end up destroying my car, and I don't want to be doing that. Okay, and time.
Nice. GG.
A little over 30 minutes. 30:06.
Yeah, 29:18 apparently on my end. Which...
They're a bit off for me, but well,
which I
fine.
think is very slightly off from PB.
I was going to say, that sounds close to your PB.
That's 6 seconds off.
Nice.
Yeah, that's 6 seconds off.
I think that's about a minute and a half slower than my PB that I did the other day, because I think I did like a 28 something on the PS2, but that was the other day, and I was like, right, okay then. So I was surprised that that run didn't go so well. But then again, if I got the speed camera on the Vive Le Montagna, I think if I got that first time, it would have been really close. I think it was about even all the way to the end, to be honest.
Yep. So yeah, for those wondering, yes, there are 5 taxi movies in France. Skip the 5th one. Really skip the 5th one. If you want to watch them, 3rd is one of the best in my opinion. 3rd is the best in my opinion. 4th is not bad. In terms of games, I think they only did the first 3. I don't think they did 4. Or I can't remember. I can't recall they did 4 at least.
I think they did. From the looks online, I've not seen a game for the first Taxi, but then the 2nd and 3rd ones obviously got them. I think obviously because we've done Taxi 3 and I did Taxi 2. If there is a Taxi 4, then that's news to me. As in game rather than film, obviously. I know that the film exists, but yeah, fun little game. Like I said, if you're interested, even if you're not into driving games, it's something that can be run blind and things like that. It's arcade handling. It's something which, to be honest, in my opinion, as someone that does a lot of race games and driving games, it's one of them games that you can pick up and play and not have a care in the world if it goes wrong. It's one of them, like I said, it's not like the best game ever out there from my perspective, but then if it's based off a film which is designed to kind of be, I don't know, would you say Taxi's iconic in France?
The Taxi movies,
quite well known.
I wouldn't say they're like iconic, but they definitely were like the hit movies in the early 2000s. So like early and mid 2000s at the very least.
So it's one of them. It is one of them things, really, with these. But yeah, it's been a good race. Thank you again to UKSG for having me.
Yep.
And,
Thank you.
Thanks, Ulvind, for the invite.
And yeah, it was really good to have a race against you on one of these games.
Yeah. And it back goes to the host.
All right, well, thank you very much. So that was Ulvind and BPG. Let's give it up for our two runners, and thank you very much for bringing this very bizarre game to the forefront. I was not expecting the GameCube and PS2 versions to be so different, but
neither did we. Neither did we.
Well, with that said, stay tuned, Rhythm Game aficionados, because we've got Sound Voltex with Murtag coming up. It's a showcase, and we'll be going on for at least an hour with that, so we'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned.